This is great. I might never get out. Looks like it ain't
They're pretty cozy. They're pretty cozy. I warn you.
Okay, if I just stay here today, hang out.
Too close.
Yeah, yeah, guys. I'll need a room for Mike to sit down too.
Can somebody get me a pillow?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a high maintenance minister normally.
All right, everyone see you? Good. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Stephen Gallup. I'm the VP and GM for Stereo D Canada, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to share in this occasion. Deluxe, just for those of you who don't know, is Stereo D. Deluxe's Stereo D is the recognized leader in high-quality conversion of 2D theatrical content into stereoscopic 3D imagery. Working with major picture studios, directors, cinematographers, and VFX supervisors, Stereo D helps its clients bring their 3D storytelling vision to life. I would like to take this moment to introduce Honorable Brad Dogood, Minister of Economic Development and Growth. Mr. Dogood first met with Stereo D on a business mission to California and has been a strong advocate for our business sector and growing the local Ontario economy.
Well, thank you so much, Stephen, for that, and thank you, Mike, for hosting us today and coming up from the hot LA climate to join us in the snow here in Toronto, and to your team for what I think Eleanor and Han will say was a really fun tour, and we really enjoyed watching and experiencing your fantastic work in the theater. It is cutting edge, and that's what makes, I think, Eleanor, Han, and I so proud to be here with you to announce this investment that you're making here in Ontario. We pride ourselves with not only providing what is one of the fastest growing economies right now, in fact, the fastest growing economy in the G7 this year is here in Ontario. We pride ourselves with that, but we're not just building an economy for today. We're really trying to make the investments that we can make to ensure that we're building the economy for tomorrow as well, that so-called next generation economy. And I like to say there really is no such thing as a next generation economy anymore, because it's this generation now that's driving that new economy. And it's a great opportunity for jurisdictions like Ontario that have invested a lot in innovation. And we've had a 12-year-long innovation agenda here. So we started long before a lot of other jurisdictions did, that have invested a lot in our people, in our talent, in our education. We now have the best graduation rate to post-secondary and the best post-secondary attainment rate in the industrialized world today. And that's starting to pay off because it's that talent. And the environment that we've invested significantly in to build up in this province, an environment that has among the lowest effective corporate tax rates, in fact, the lowest effective corporate tax rates in all of North America, an environment that provides tax credits, in particular in the film and entertainment industry, recognizing it's a highly competitive project-by-project type of business, that if you're going to compete in that business, you have to be competitive and you have to be aggressive. And thankfully, we have a Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport that's extremely aggressive and extremely determined to grow this sector. And that's, we're now number 3 in North America, and we plan to continue to grow that sector. And Stereo D is an important part of that. So the investment that we're talking about this morning is a very important one to our province, to our efforts to build that new next generation economy, and we expect as well to Stereo D. So I'm pleased to announce today, along with my colleague Eleanor and my colleague Han, that we will be investing $4.5 million in partnership with Stereo D, who will be investing about $143 million over the next 5 years to build up this incredible business that's growing here in Liberty Village, one of the creative meccas of Canada and certainly Toronto, Ontario. We're so proud to be partnering with a company that I've had the pleasure and honor of visiting Mike in LA and seen some of the great stuff that's happening down there. We just see such synergy. Ontario's now #2 in North America for information communication technology. We're in the top 3 in film and entertainment in North America. This is an exciting, growing sector in our economy, and one that we want to ensure is an important part of that new economy we're building. So not just for our jobs today, but to ensure that our kids and our grandkids are going to have jobs in that fiercely competitive new global economy of tomorrow. So to the folks here at Stereo D, you have blown me away, and I think my colleagues away, by your creativity, by your innovation, by your incredible growing business plan, and by the incredible work that you've done to date. And I am extremely excited about the future of Stereo D here in Ontario, and extremely excited about this very important sector of our economy that we think is going to drive those jobs of the future. So thank you all so very, very much. To you and your team scattered here and throughout, thank you for making Ontario your home. We very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Listen, I'm old. It takes me a while to get out of the chair.
Well, you know what? I was going to ask my good friend, Mr. Gunter, to come up, but you know what,
Please.
Eleanor? I would be more than happy to have you come take the podium. Please,
Thank you.
please.
Oh my gosh, aren't you kind? Sorry, I didn't want to.
No,
I hope
no,
I wasn't
no.
precipitous there. But I think it speaks to the enthusiasm that both Brad and I and Han have in being here today with all of you. And I'm listening to the creative conversations going on behind David with all these amazing creative and talented people that you have here. And what a privilege for us to be here. Thank you so much for inviting us. Brad did visit you in LA, and every time he comes back from one of his visits abroad, he fills us with his enthusiasm and his joy and his pride of companies from around the globe who've chosen Ontario to be their home. So this is just another one of those occasions to look at a company like Stereo D, a leading edge global company, and the fact that you've chosen to grow your operations here. It's a real testament to our province, to the city of Toronto as well, and to our country, frankly. And we're just really, really delighted and thrilled. Anytime I get a chance to hang out with these guys, it's the cool factor is automatically through the ceiling. And I don't know about them, but when can I move in? David? Okay, yeah. I'm semi-creative. Put me to work. Just set me up. No, I've already seen a desk that I've earmarked. Yeah, hope that's okay. It's right by the coffee, which is a bit of who I am. So, Brad mentioned this earlier. I'm extremely fortunate to be the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport, which means that I work with people in your industry, interactive digital media, film and television. And as Brad mentioned, we're competing with the best in the world. And we are the #1 film and television production center in Canada, the 3rd largest by volume in North America, only after California and New York. But, right? Yeah. Seriously, we're delighted and very proud. And in terms of your sector, interactive digital media is one of the fast-growing sectors in Ontario. Brad spoke about that. And it is the next generation of worker. It is the generation now. And I'm sure that you all watched the Golden Globe announcements. And as I watched those and I saw the results and I noticed, I'm sure there are a number of your films that you worked on that are part of that. And when I looked at the Canadian productions, the Ontario productions that are part of that, it's a real point of pride for us because we know that the reason that you come here, that you've invested here, and this was edifying in the conversations we had today, is because of the pool of talent that we have. And those are investments that were made in generations prior. Brad's been an elected official for quite some time, and he's been part of that investment that our government has made, and really delighted to see it really coming to fruition now. These kinds of talented people, they're not like pizzas. You don't put them in the microwave and 12 minutes later they come out, right? These are significant investments that have been made, and we're only too delighted to see the talent and the innovation that you are undertaking. It's really exciting. There's a number of factors that together create the ideal environment, that ecosystem for growth and development, and we talked about that earlier. We have world-class training institutions. I touched on that. The high-quality quality infrastructure that we have, the strong culture of innovation that you guys are just, that's your jam, right? You're in there and that's where you live, and it's so exciting for us to even be part of that. So our government is making strategic investments that we think create the kind of supportive climate in which you thrive. And our partnership with the industry is very strong. We're really proud of that. It's growing in part because we understand the important contributions that both film, television, interactive digital media make to the economy. Sure, you know, people joke with me all the time, you're the Minister of Fun and Fitness. I'm delighted to be all of those things. But first and foremost, my ministry is an economic ministry, and the work that you do contributes to our economy and contributes to jobs here and their quality of life. And we're very conscious of that and very grateful. And it's also, and I know that you're not in the IP business, but intellectual property and content, these are hand-in-hand industries, right? You guys are on the latter end of the spectrum, but it's the intellectual property that's getting creative here and the innovative technologies that are getting creative here. You are leveraging all of those. You are part of that, and in partnership of that and the content creation piece, it's all happening here. And, you know, we're proud of the fact that, and Brad touched on this, Canada is the third largest digital producing nation in the world, and Ontario ranks as the top province in terms of momentum and growth. And this announcement today is part of that momentum. Our investments in the Job and Prosperity Fund under Minister Duguid, investments through my own ministry that we're enormously proud of, our funding programs, the OMDC work that we do, the generous culture media tax credit programs nationally and internationally, extremely well known for that, and we're delighted and honored. And of course, with world-renowned companies like Stereo D, expanding operations in Toronto, I know it can only strengthen our province's reputation as a prime destination for film and television production, computer animation, yes, that too, and special effects. We're delighted, as Brad said, and honored that you've chosen Ontario. We're pleased that you're here. We look forward to growing with you. We look forward to working with you and continuing to work with you. And Brad touched on this earlier, but it's part of what we value most as public officials, our partnership with you, the fact that you keep us posted. We talked about our tax credit regimes and maybe some work that we might discuss in terms of post-production. So please keep us posted on how we can help. We value the relationship that we have with the industry, and we value very, very much indeed the work that you do. Thank you again for having us here today. Thank you.
All right, good. Of course. I would like to next call, if possible, our local MPP for Trinity and Spadina, Hendong.
It's great to be here, Steve and Mike, and thank you for the tour. You know, we kind of looked through your lens, this part of the economy, and to be honest, I haven't really toured anything that I've seen this morning. And I hear you that government does have a role to play in promoting post-production film industry. I'm very pleased to join my colleague, Minister McMahon and Minister Duguid, again here in Liberty Village. And Mr. Duguid, you've been making tons of announcements in my riding and investments in my riding, and I challenge you to do better next year. So it's great. And I remember last year we were on the tour to China. We visit a marketing company. They're looking for post-production partners in Toronto, specifically because we are known to have one of the best in the world. And you know, with today's announcement, it just adds to that another layer of that branding, you know, for Ontario. So as a local member, I'm really thrilled to hear that millions of dollars will be investing this part of the town, Liberty Village, to create a employment and residential mix for this neighborhood, which is very, very important. I hear constantly from the BIA, from the residents, that's what they want to see. They want to see job opportunity nearby. And in fact, I asked early on, I know many of your employees reside nearby, and this is what we want to see. So thank you very much, ministers, and thank you very much to Stuart D for another great investment here in Liberty Village. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. First, for coming to our facility. It's always fun to share what we do with other people, and it's wonderful to have people here show such interest in what we do. First, just a little history. Stereo D was formed in 2009 and continues to be the industry-leading 3D conversion house. It's worked on over 60% of live-action 3D conversions for Hollywood motion pictures. The company has worked with all the major U.S. studios and has a client base that consists of A-list directors from James Cameron to Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams, Guillermo del Toro, Josh Whedon, Gareth Edwards, and many, many more. A couple of years back, we were faced with expanding demand for our business. As well as that, we were also faced with increased competition in this business. So in managing that expansion, we needed to find a location that not only would be good for us and our employees, but would also be good for our clients. And therefore, we knew we had to operate out of a jurisdiction that was going to enable our clients to be able to take advantage of tax credits for their production and production services costs. We looked at multiple territories, some in Canada, we looked in BC, we looked in Quebec. We also looked at various states throughout the U.S., some of whom now offer very aggressive film production programs. We knew that Ontario was going to offer what our clients needed in terms of production services tax credits. But what were the reasons that it worked for us, and why did we eventually choose Ontario as the place to locate our business? Firstly, I've been coming to Toronto on business for over 17 years. Deluxe, Stereo D's parent, has been present in Ontario for more than 30 years, going back to the days of the old Filmhouse Film Laboratory. And it still continues to operate a vibrant and first-class post-production business just west of downtown. Secondly, the quality of young talent here is amazing. Ontario boasts a young, well-educated workforce that's well-trained for the digital economy. And this is backed by some first-rate educational establishments such as UT, University of Waterloo, Sheridan College, Seneca College, Ryerson College, all of whom provide applicants to our business. Thirdly, it's a very exciting location. I toured Liberty Village the first time about 3 years ago and stood here in what was then a dilapidated bread factory. And at the time, I was blown away by how this neighborhood is changing, how it's become a vibrant place for people to live and work, and how it's becoming this hub for both the digital media industry and the IT industry. It's a very exciting place for us to locate our business. And last but no means least, I started conversations with representatives from the Ministry of Economic Development and Growth and the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sport, and I rapidly understood that the provincial government here in Ontario was there to support businesses like us. So to that end, I'd like to thank Mr. Duguid. I'd like to thank Minister McMahon. I'd like to thank Premier Wynne, although she's not here today. I'd like to thank all of your respective teams. On a personal note, I'd like to thank Darius Bassaras, who's been with me all the way here. Thank you, Darius. It's been fun, and it's been a long journey, and it's been great to work with you, so I thank you. And thank you deeply for your support. Thank you for your belief in our project, and thank you for your continued partnership. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you, Han.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Do you want us in front here?
You like the dinosaurs?
Yeah, and the raccoon. Seriously, that was fantastic.
Well, I don't photo around here.
everybody.